So we're like, I don't know, this is Wednesday, the 10th, I think. And getting into some very dangerous stuff in this Ukrainian thing. My God. Let me just move over here. It's after denying over and over and over that there were no biological weapons in Ukraine, or weapons laboratories, as you say, in Ukraine. What's her name? Nunley or something came out yesterday and said, "Oh yeah, well there are some biological laboratories, and they're researching to combat biological weapons." It's what a bunch of bullshit. And then to be asked. Now, evidently, this came out because China had requested an inspection of these labs, and so then immediately, I think the next day, then she comes out and says, "Oh yeah, well they're just researching how to defend against it." That what crap? I mean, they could say the U.S. nuclear weapons are just there for defense, to prevent someone else from bombing the U.S. It's a deterrent, but they can be used as weapons. Yeah. And then immediately afterwards, Rubio to ask her, and it obviously completely scripted exchange, that if there was a biological or chemical incident in Ukraine, would it be Russia's fault? And she comes back, 100%, yeah, it would be Russia's fault. What kind of, they're setting up for a false flag, which means that for Ukraine to create some incident and blame it on Russia, and then try to get the West involved. And, you know, the only thing that's going to happen when the West gets involved, which they already have sent in lots of weapons. Evidently now Ukraine has more Trident missiles than anybody else, except for maybe England in Europe. Can you imagine? And and evidently Poland has completely reversed its position on sending in fighter jets, and they've offered them for free, but they're not going to fly them, evidently. So it's, you know, they're gonna, if there's some event like that, they were going to, as they've been pushing now, the warmongers, a no-fly zone, which is basically going to probably start World War III. And if you don't think it can happen, you're friggin' just out of touch, which most people are, because they are sucked into mainstream media's their ridiculous, very obvious agenda, which also, it's just amazing. Anyway, that's my $2 worth. It used to be 2 cents worth, but that was back when the Federal Reserve started. Now it takes $2 to buy the same thing. See you later. Bye.